Okay, it's, what is it, 4:01, we're gonna start the Town of Sangerville Select Board meeting. It's Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 2, approval of the minutes, Select Board meeting 4/19/2023.
Make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
All in favor? All three. Item 3, review of treasurer's warrants, payroll 36, 39, and accounts payable 35, 37, and 38.
Make a motion to approve A, B is read.
Second.
All in favor? We're all three in favor. We'll go to open session, and we have a number of guests, and Jody asked me to introduce Barb Skinner.
Hi.
Would you like to speak to us today?
Yes.
Welcome.
I just want to talk to you about our plans. We're looking at purchasing the Dr. Starbird's Old Catholic Church, and we're going to have a recovery center there. And she's got little flyers. That's our mission and what we believe about recovery. That everyone has. Our idea of recovery is anyone who has had trauma. That's what causes addiction. When we talk about a recovery center, we're not talking just opiates and narcotics. We're talking recovery from anything, whether it be overeaters, alcohol, gambling. We do not plan on being harm reduction. I know the state's really trying to push harm reduction right now, which would be the needles, giving out clean needles, we are not in support of that. We will not be doing that. Anyone that comes to our recovery center is going to have to be clean and sober for 24 hours before they come in. Are we going to test them? No. It'll be through behavior, smell, looking at the eyes. I do have my CADC, which is Certified Drug and Counseling License. And we have Tom Barrett, who lives in Dover, who's going to be on, he lives in Parkman. He's offered to be on our board of Thank you, Board of Directors. And he's also going to be providing free counseling for folks that need it there. We just wanted to let you guys know of our intention. Jody and I talked a little bit about the town office. We really want the church.
There you go.
We've discussed that quite a bit the last few days amongst us. It just has the feel that we want. First day I walked in there, I just had that, this is it. This is it. And I wanted to know if you have any questions or if you want to ask any questions about it. This is the plan. We'd like you to be behind us on it. We feel this is something really needed in our area. Last night we had a drug overdose in Sangerville of marijuana. Unusual, that's not usually an overdose. We had a young man die the other night in Guilford on Blaine Ave. It's a serious problem here, and the closest anybody has to go for any kind of recovery is Bangor. We're looking at possibly having a van as well, so we can help with transportation so people can come and talk with us. We're mainly just going to be a place where people can come and feel comfortable, not judged, know that we're there to talk to them and support them in their recovery. Part of recovery is relapse. We're not going to throw someone out because they relapse. We're going to be an open door for those folks. Just really want your support in this. When Jody and I talk, we know this is something much needed. We will be teaching, we are certified to teach how to use Narcan, which is very simple, and we will distribute that if people need that. But that's something, if a baby was given Narcan, it's not going to harm them. Would harm nobody. So, any questions? How do you guys feel about us doing this?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, we wouldn't have any ordinance or anything that would apply to your situation. we know we have some drug problems in town because we're seeing paraphernalia at our parks and boat landings and things like that, so I would say there's certainly a need for
That's one
helping
thing that
people.
that's one thing that we want too, is the folks that come to our center, we want them to be involved in community and cleanups and whatever other projects are going around in town. Not just community within our center, but the community at whole. Where you live, support them, help with those different projects. Because that's part of recovery too. Keeping busy and doing those things. So, if you have any questions, I gave Jody my phone number. She's
I have it.
welcome to give that out or to call me. We're open books and honest as the day is long, and we will totally be in support of Sangerville in our communities. It's something that's been in George's in my mind for many years. Many years. I didn't want to use my license, my CABC license, to treat. I started to, and people just came to you to get their license back, and they didn't care. That's not what I want. I want people who really want help, really want to move forward with their lives.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
We
you, Barb.
appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you.
We have other guests who would like to speak next.
Yeah, what I'd like to say first, I want to thank your town manager. She impressed me. And within a half an hour, she's down there taking the business, which doesn't happen very often in my world. But yes, and what it was is the camp road at the public land. Now, I own the road on the right side of Stone Wall. The town right away is on the left side. You do no upkeep on your road. I had a fellow in yesterday in the shop, he says at the lower end, he didn't even get to drive into the pond. But yet, you keep using that, all we want is 2 loads of gravel to build it up a little bit. And I'd like to have Warren haul it, because he's hauled me stuff before and he has good stuff. But this has been going on for a number of years. It happened when I first bought the farm, and the town decided not to haul gravel, so they built the road up. It cost them up to $3,000. It's a lot more than a couple of loads of gravel. It's going to cost them more than that this time, because I'll probably block the road out until something's done. I own the road. These people,
Yeah.
they got a deeded right away. Okay,
Over
it's
on
like-
your road or on,
I own the road.
I understand, I have the same situation where I live, but they have a deeded right away over
Access.
your road,
That's right.
over your land.
Yeah. And they're the only ones that do. Now, all the other people on the pond, they don't have access to it, so I can shut that off.
But these 2 gentlemen,
There's 20 of them down there that do.
that 20 camp
It
owners.
has deeded access. And there's someone that's built some houses down by the public land, they don't have an access to it. As far as I'm concerned, they don't have it off me. So
Well,
you got a problem.
No,
Well,
that's
we don't have-
the
Yeah.
problem, is that we don't have a problem. They do.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's,
Well, if you got a public right of way, you better maintain it for them.
nope,
No,
You don't have to.
no,
no,
in fact, we
You don't have
can't.
to plow it.
nope.
We can't spend money on a private road. That's
Yeah.
against the law.
Yeah,
Now, I'm sure there have been
yeah,
periods in Sangerville's history and virtually every town's history where the select board didn't know that.
yeah,
We got involved early on
Yeah.
with the Gray Road,
yeah,
and we all got a pretty deep dive lesson in what you can and cannot spend money
Yeah.
on.
yeah.
And then down on the Grant Road.
Which is exactly same thing there with the
Same
gate.
thing there. That was
Yeah.
gate.
So if the 3 of us said, gee, that seems fair,
Yeah.
if the town residents are using that road, let's put some gravel on it,
Yeah.
we'd be breaking the law.
Yeah, you will.
Yep.
yeah, we
Okay.
can't spend
can't do
town's
it.
money that
Okay,
way.
these party boats and stuff, you better widen your road out, because they're not putting it in over my road. My road's gonna be blocked.
That's totally,
And
you're right.
These people here, the camp owners, are gonna have to use your right of way.
Well,
Maintain it, maintain it.
I mean,
Yeah, figure out the dollars and cents. Figure out your dollars and your cents.
It doesn't, Bob, it isn't about that. It's illegal. We can't put gravel on your road.
Not on your road, we can't,
Correct.
we can't, just like we can't put it on my road either. I would
Right.
love for the town to, because I've got the same
And if-
Yeah, but
situation.
that's fine, but you're not gonna use my road.
We don't use your road.
That's right.
Oh, your taxpayers do.
Correct,
Well,
and that's between you and them.
That's your responsibility to
Okay,
keep them from
okay.
using
Okay.
it.
What did you say, Morris?
No.
We don't have any authority.
Yeah.
I wanted you to see.
How do you propose we get something taken care of? You have any ideas?
As far as what?
You mean on the town's road, on the
Well, the
town's?
thing is anyone that uses Center Pond, I'll say not everyone, but most of the people that launch a boat on Center Pond, and they go down to the landing, use the road, not the town's landing road, uses the other road, because it's in much better condition. The town's landing road, right now, unless you had a four-wheel drive, you'd be stuck going down it. So because they use that road, like your own intelligent people, you know, more usage it gets, more it gets stove up. How do we address this issue?
So one thing, me and Kim have talked about this quite a bit.
Yeah.
I have a camp down on Anderson, and actually me and Bob have talked about this. But, and I live my house is right across the street. So I'm unbiased in this, because I live in the area and I see the traffic, I know exactly what you guys are talking about. But if you go stand in my driveway, okay, and don't think about Bob that owns the road, or you have a camp, but you look across that street, and you look at that. As it is right now, the town's at fault. We talked about this last year, or I say we are, because our sign for our boat landing is very faded. It's low to the ground. Our stop sign is back. We talked last year about getting a new post, getting a new sign that would highlight the boat landing is down that road.
Yeah.
But then when you look at the center of it, that's where all the camp owners have their signs. So you got the town's road, then you got all these signs in the middle, and then you've got a legitimate stop sign right out by the road. You got a legitimate street sign right up by the road,
Yeah.
and there's not really anything on the other side. So if you look at it from my way and you look over there, you can't really tell what's what.
And then you're gonna travel the best road.
Exactly.
Of course.
So
Bottom line.
what me and Kim was kind of throwing out there, I guess, was if we put our new sign up, like we talked about,
Yeah.
for the boat landing road, and if the camp road, if you guys set your stop sign back a little bit, get it away from the Silver's Mill, so it's not an eye catcher, and then move your pond signs over the other way. And then that clearly defines, to me, visually, it would help break that up.
Yeah.
Because I have the same problem on Anderson.
Yeah.
I turn cars around this time of year, I'm turning one or two around a week,
Yeah.
because they're in on Anderson looking for the boat landing.
Yeah. But,
And it happens all summer.
can these people read? It says private road.
I
It says
understand.
private road right
Right, the
there.
problem, Bob, is they're taking the road of least resistance.
Yeah.
Because our road, your road, is a lot better than that.
Well, visually,
You guys plow your road all winter, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, ours isn't even plowed.
Right,
That's right.
but my point is, right now, I have a $30,000 pontoon boat. If I was going to Center Pond and couldn't go down my camp road, I sure the hell ain't going down your town road.
right,
No, I don't, why
So
would you?
to help us, you guys need to spend some money on your town road.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be an
That's your
expensive-
road, is that
It's gonna be an
correct?
expensive.
We have a right to spend money on that road.
Right,
Yeah,
Yes, we
right.
do.
but better do it.
So,
It's gonna
it-
cost you a lot
I
of
think
money.
to help us,
but it's not,
We
that's
need-
just it. We don't have any liability about fixing that road.
we need to change our signage, I agree with that.
Who's on my liability on my private road?
They're all trespassing, aren't they?
Huh?
You've
My
got yours
liable?
posted, yours is posted as private
They
road.
break an X on that road and their trailers and stuff. Last summer, they had a party boat in Surrey Pond. It's large, and the guy had such a large truck on it, he backed from Dale's house all the way to the pond, because he couldn't get turned around down there.
That's why we cut all the trees, yeah.
Yeah, and this was last summer, so
Yeah.
I don't know when you cut the trees, but. And also, Dale, how come you don't let them park on your land?
Cause I'm not gonna,
Huh?
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I said, how come you don't let the ice fishermen park on your, they park on mine?
But
Dale wouldn't
you're
let
not
them.
telling them not
Huh?
to.
Dale would not let them.
I don't let them.
Well, who plows it out? You plow it out?
I don't plow it
You
out.
don't, cause someone plows it out, makes a parking space,
No.
takes right over, leaves their
No.
garbage.
It's when they're plowing that road. I don't plow that up for
Yeah.
anybody.
Who's plowing your road?
I have no idea.
It's not the town.
No, not me either.
Who
I don't
pays
pay
the
for it.
person to plow your road?
My mother owns a camp road,
On which,
Molten Road.
Molten Road.
My mother owns that camp road.
The last one down on Brockway, Memphis.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you won't.
My brother lives on one on Piper
People
Pond.
plow it. I plowed a snowbank 8 feet high at the end of it, somebody blew right through it.
Yeah.
Plowed the whole road, because it's nice if you don't plow it, then in the spring, the frost don't get in, and it heals up quick, but
Yeah, but see, we
I have a
don't,
question for
people
you.
hunting, people
You said
lost.
it's illegal for the town to put money into a private road. Does the town buy the gravel or do you have your own pit?
We buy all of our gravel.
And so if you were to bring a couple load of gravel in and I was to pay you for that gravel, whatever you're paying for the gravel, reimburse the town for it, then you wouldn't be putting any money into that, right?
We don't
We
really
have
do
no
contract.
mechanism,
We don't have any
Not
mechanism for
asking
that.
for contract.
Well, I mean, in other words,
We have no-
we don't provide services or materials in lieu of taxes, or we're not in that
and we don't
business.
even have trucks to haul.
We use
Everything
contractors,
is
right?
contracted.
you better call your contractor and get your road fixed before Memorial Weekend. Figure it out.
I think you're misplacing, we don't have any say in this.
Okay.
I totally understand your frustration,
Okay,
but we
who owns the public planning road?
do,
Town
the town does.
Oh my God.
And anybody
You're not
can use it
taking
that
care
wants
of
it.
That's what I'm getting at.
But the thing is we don't have to maintain that to,
And I don't have to maintain my road.
No, you don't.
You
You
don't.
don't.
And we'll never criticize you for not doing it.
No.
you can block your road, you don't have to plow your road, you don't have to do anything on your road. It's the law, Bob. I mean,
Well,
Right, but
if you don't wanna haul 2 loads of gravel,
We
We have
can't.
we have no ability. We
Yeah,
have,
we
we don't
can't.
even have
yeah,
trucks.
well,
We don't-
okay, that's fine with me.
It's not
That's
that.
fine with me. I have no problem. I wanna thank you. You're very kind. And, I'm impressed in your work. You do get around, get it done. But we will see, okay? I don't have control over the road, cause there's 20 camps down there. They all got deeded access. I gotta deal with them too.
That's right. That's what
And
I do.
what they decide to do, we're
I,
gonna do.
I spend a lot of time doing exactly that.
Yeah, yeah.
Policing the people who come down my road.
Yeah. Now, what about next winter when it comes to ice fishing?
no difference.
Don't plow it.
You're
Don't
not
plow
gonna
the road.
I wouldn't
No.
plow it
We
if I
don't
were
plow
you.
it.
If I were in your position, I wouldn't plow that.
Right, but if you don't plow it, your insurance is different, because they can't get to it.
But that has nothing to do with the town.
Nothing
No,
to
no,
do-
I'm not
right.
blaming the
Yeah,
town,
right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no,
I mean-
but there are, you from Maine, there's thousands, if not tens of thousands of properties that are
Oh, absolutely.
not accessible in wintertime.
Absolutely.
That's just
I mean,
Maine.
it didn't happen this year, but I know the year before, one of the camps beside you, they were calling the police to get down there because people were parking in the road.
Right, absolutely.
I mean, that's the mechanism for any of that.
Yeah.
No different than I'd called and complained, cause when they're trying to plow and they're parked all along in front of my house, can't plow snow.
This reminds me, it's not the same, but it reminds me, we had a case a few years ago. It was a discontinued road. And one of the landowners gated that road because he felt that people weren't being respectful. They were going down in there and tearing up his road. And he was mad at hell at us because we wouldn't support his gate. But we don't, that's a civil matter. We can't tear out a gate or add a gate. It's not our property.
Okay, so you're not gonna be upset if I block my road?
Not in
Not at
the
all,
least.
not at
Totally
all.
support you.
Not at all.
It's your road.
You're gonna have to use the town road.
No, I mean,
Huh?
I have a question.
no, he's wrong about that.
That is
He's-
wrong.
Where does
you're-
Marvin
You can't do that.
and the other
Well, that's a
people
civil
on the other
case.
side
That's
of
right.
the public land, where is that
Marvin has a deeded access. He's the only
About
one.
that.
on your road?
Yeah. That's the whole problem. Mrs. Giordano gave that to him 50 years ago,
Is that the
whatever.
one that's right?
And that's why there's a hole in the wall.
Right next to
Right.
the
I'm gonna
boat
count
landing?
once.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ones,
you can't make
Oh,
them.
okay,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
garage.
yeah.
the ones down
I
in the
never
boat
understood
landing,
that
they don't
whole
have access
thing.
on my line. I don't know who they,
And there's another camp above that too.
yeah.
There's two camps.
I just ordered the regular
on
ones
the
on
left-hand
G's.
side. They don't have access.
Yeah,
from
regular.
there.
No,
So I'm ordering signs.
they're on the wrong side of the stone wall. Marvin is the only one that's got access to it. Yeah, so see, there's someone's gave someone a right of way, okay to build houses down there. Geez, that road's bad. Have you been down below Marvin's?
Yeah.
Mr.
I
Brown?
have one here somewhere.
Yeah,
Which road's that?
Excuse me,
Have you been down, you
I don't know
been
which
down?
road you're talking about.
Huh?
Which road are you talking about?
Boat landing road.
The boat landing.
this is when you need a
Yeah,
gavel.
like, looking from your house
I'll
down,
bring
one
it
on
from
the
now
left.
on.
Yes, but he's talking from Marvin's driveway down.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and, well, from the time.
I went through there last
you're
year, I
all
took that
mud.
road
We're
last
all
year,
mud
that's
now.
all.
Yeah, I just went down the West Road this weekend, it was.
Yeah, Marvin did have
like
one.
a
Mr.
can
Brown,
field.
Mr. Brown, I just want to clarify one thing. Anyone who has a deeded access over your land has the right to use your road.
Yeah,
Anyone who doesn't does not have the right to use your road. So as long as you know who can legally, from what I understand, these two gentlemen are legally can use your road.
yeah,
You can put a gate across as long as you give them a key.
yeah, okay.
You can do anything you want as long as they have 24/7 year-round access to their camps because they have a deeded right away.
But if you don't let them, we don't get involved in it.
No, it's
Still
not.
not.
It's just civil case.
It's a civil.
Right, it's what they have in their deed, and they would have to dispute it with you because you're denying them access
Yeah, that's right.
to their land.
That's right.
But anyone who does not have deeded access, they have to use the other road. And you can, don't give them a key, don't give them the
When did that
combination.
little crossover road become,
That's Marvin's deed.
That's Marvin's,
that's his driveway?
yeah, Mrs. Giordano deeded that to him back in the 60s.
If that wasn't there, then you could
Yeah,
close.
yes, we can close.
Yeah, so that, yeah.
But-
See what I mean?
And again, only because I have a lot of experience with that. I had a crossover situation on mine,
Yep.
and I put massive boulders in the crossover, and everybody was up in arms
Yeah.
You can't because that's Marvin's
Yeah,
right away.
Marvin's got deeded access.
That's how,
on one crossover.
that's the
That's
crossover
the
is
whole
for, is
problem.
his deed.
Well, you gotta spend a lot of time out there policing it so people learn where
Well,
they,
no,
where
no,
they,
I don't have to.
well, no, well,
No, 'cause
well
what I'm
then,
gonna do, I'm gonna block it here and block it there.
and give
And the
people
camp owners
keys.
are gonna have to come up and.
That's fine. That's-
There was a point, Bob, not too many years ago, that you were nearly in a position where you were gonna give that road
Don't
to
go
the
there
town.
again.
But you
Yeah,
did
yeah.
entertain that.
Yeah, you had a town
Then-
manager
then-
from Greenville.
Yeah.
I think he was.
Yep.
And, he had me talk into giving him a deeded access right down to the public land, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I was for it, but the camp owners that lived anywhere near the public land, and they were up in arms. And then the other camp owner says, well, Jesus, he says, he told me, he said, they'd help maintain the road. And the other camp owner says, look at their road. He said, you think you're gonna help us maintain ours? So that was the end of it. That was, and it won't be happening again. Because I went
Well,
through, I went through
you
too
were
much
close.
static. at that
You were close.
Yeah, I was, he was close, but it ain't gonna happen again. But it was, I was willing to give you a deeded access to the public landing, but that's out now.
So that Marvin guy has deeded to use.
He's got
your
deeded
road.
access. Yeah, yeah.
But the other two
I'm sure he ain't
camps,
gonna,
then-
I'm
The
sure
other
he ain't
two
gonna
camps
wanna,
don't.
I'm sure he ain't gonna wanna stop and unlock a gate every time he wants to go
That's
home.
right, that's right. So that's why they'd have to just come up and cross over at Marvin's and go up to public landing.
I just put where Marvin's thing is, put a couple big signs there, do not enter private.
Yeah.
It might stop
Get a
them.
big German Shepherd, it works
Well,
great.
what do you mean, down by Marvin's?
Right in the crossover.
Oh,
Put a couple big signs right
yeah,
there.
but see, but then they're already down over the part we want to
They
get
do
fixed.
it once and they'll only do it
Yeah.
once.
Who, did you sell them that right away? That came out of your farm?
No, that's-
It did, but
Yeah.
the previous owner gave the town
Wait.
50 feet right straight down through.
50 feet?
Yeah. Yeah, 25.
Yeah,
I think
it's not very wide, cause I remember,
It's like a
me and
rod
you
and a
checked
half.
that long time ago, your fence is, I mean, you're on your land, but there's not much room from your fence to that.
It's like a rod and a half.
You got a wire, they got a wire right away in my camp owners. I think mine's only a 10-foot right away.
Oh, really?
It's a one-way road, it's a seasonal road. Yeah, it's not.
So it won't be plowed, you're not gonna have it plowed next year?
Yeah, it's 10 feet.
That's up to the camp owners living there, because they got people living.
Well, if you're blocking it off, is what I'm saying.
Well, that's, they're gonna have to decide. Whoever plows it will have to plow down, probably down to the, private railroad and cross over.
Yeah, they can't plow our
They
road.
can't plow our road.
Won't be
No.
allowed.
No, they can't plow our road.
Nope.
Now what we up against, huh?
Oh, they can't plow
Well,
it down?
No, you can't plow a town road that isn't open for winter maintenance.
Somebody will.
Huh,
Because
They-
some
they
people
can't-
live there year-round down on,
that's right.
down on
There's,
Bob's.
like I said, there's plenty of examples like that.
And there's a lot of, some camps down there, they have oil, they heat them all with them. They gotta get the oil trucks in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot of them.
Oh, my
Hey,
God.
whatever.
Life in the fast lane.
Yeah, yeah. Camp roads are very tricky.
The other camp owners are gonna have just as much say as you.
Oh, absolutely.
Us, okay? Yeah, yeah. That it? Are you satisfied? Yeah, yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Anytime.
Now, Memorial Weekend is what, the 25th?
No, 29th,
25th,
29th.
29th? Yeah. Interesting.
Oh, my-
Interesting, have fun. Thank you. Yeah, okay.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
You're welcome.
yeah, interesting.
Old business, we'll go right to the solar application draft.
I brought some of you.
Oh, I didn't even check that one, we probably didn't put the right price on the.
I say, the fee's wrong.
Yeah, I was just, yeah, you didn't
that's
tell me
just-
that
That's
time.
what was on. That's what it was.
Two different ones too, the medium and small, or some medium and large.
Yeah, no, there's a lot more information that's gonna have to go on here.
Yeah, this was just a rough draft that we
Okay.
did real quickly.
I had a couple of things that I thought we should have on the checklist, the little box sections. I thought that it has a whole place for abutters on the ordinance, but no place to, no mechanism, have they been notified, like shoreline zoning, you
Right.
have to notify the abutters when it affects them. So I think that should be, doesn't have to be in the ordinance, but because it's a.
Like a
place
courtesy.
for it. But as we check off, that gives us a place to make sure that that's been done. And the other thing is on the other little square I want to put into what Lon has already typed for you is, has the surety guarantee been met or assurance during the application process? It doesn't say when it's due.
I think it says before you can commence the project. Now, I don't think they have to have the surety at application,
You don't.
but they can't break
break
ground until you've got your
You
bonded.
talk about the decommissioning.
Right, exactly, that component, yeah,
Yep.
yep. So you can apply, but you might not break ground for a year. And at that point, you would have to have, the decommissioning costs calculated and deposited.
But I like that idea, Jerry, as far as that, you could put that in there, that other box and the date
Yeah, it
that
could
you got it.
even
I
be at
mean,
the end if that kind of completes the app, if you wanna look at it, it's part of the
That's
application.
why I put that last page, I had Lorna, page 3, I had Lorna change it and added the boxes, 4 boxes for the.
Oh, I see it, yep,
Yeah,
yep,
Boxes, 4
Yep.
boxes for the planning board.
Okay.
And then the
Same
last
idea.
box-
Perfect.
last box would be before I would sign it.
Yep,
yep,
Because they wouldn't have that fee at the planning board stage.
right,
Right.
But they would have to pay the permit fees.
yep.
Yep.
No, in theory, you could pay the application fee and never break ground.
correct.
Well, that's fine with us.
Non-refundable.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
Yeah, I just like it because this way here, this is your one sheet, yep, okay, this is where we're at, this step's done.
Stays in the file, anybody can
Sure.
look at it, know where you're at. Oh,
And those 4 boxes that I put on there, basically all, they're straight from the ordinance.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
It just kind of dumbs it down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with those 4.
Yeah, we just gotta get the right
Yeah.
Top
prices and,
Yeah, yeah.
yep. But
That price.
I like your
that
format.
price was what.
Yeah, that's what Farmington had,
what was
Yeah.
on
yeah.
there.
And just.
I think it's clean.
Yeah, it is, this looks good. There is a copy of this ordinance that was floating around that was incorrect. It has the inspection fee, it's the same as the application fee, just make sure, this is correct. I pulled it, but
Okay.
there was a copy we got from the attorney that it basically was a typo
Oh, the ordinance.
of the ordinance, where the application fee matched the annual inspection fee. That's incorrect, okay? Just
We
so.
never figured, do we?
Can I have that? just
You
to
can
make
have
sure-
that.
I just wanna make sure our records
Yes.
in the town office are right.
And I got this from the town's website.
Oh, did you? So
Yeah.
then,
So
oh,
we're
oh,
good.
oh.
So it's all
then
good.
we're
Yep, you have the updated one.
No, that part, it's just whether or not anybody has their own copy.
Yeah, because there were a bunch floating
Floating
around.
around.
Right,
I
yeah.
hate copies.
I know.
No, I think we're good.
I have one solar company that's asking for an application.
I'm sure.
I told them middle of last week it'd be finalized in 3 days.
Yeah, cause she keeps emailing
You
me.
didn't define few, you're okay.
I don't think it doesn't require any kind of motion on our part. This is your application. It looks to me like you're on the right
I
track.
just wanted to
Yep.
bang a few heads together.
Yep.
Yep.
No, I like it.
Anytime.
What we could come up with.
Yeah, I mean, if you fix that,
If we just add Jerry's ideas to
Yep.
that last page, if everybody good with it. then-
Yep. And you know what? After you've done a few of these, if it evolves, you wanna add something.
You wanna tweak it?
Go for it. We can't tweak the ordinance, but you can tweak your application.
Good.
And we could tweak the ordinance, but we'd have to
Right.
go back to the
A
attorneys
meeting.
and read,
Right,
but
right, right.
anyway.
The other little quirk, usually the planning board and the CEO has an attested copy that you would sign. This is an
Yeah.
attested copy.
Yeah, we have that. It's in Mike's Clark book, but we have the attested signed copy. You want a copy of it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, you can do that?
Just
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, absolutely.
that, yeah, I think Lance, at least Lance should have a copy too.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
can I add on to this conversation?
Yes, absolutely.
Seeing how you guys are here. So over the weekend, there was a piece of property that came up for sale in Sangerville,
Been there today.
Center Pond.
Yeah, Camp Road.
Yep.
I meant to go down and look at, I went to look at it today because when I saw the picture online, there was a picture of it was an outbuilding
Yep,
closer to the water.
I was there.
And you were there?
I was there this weekend.
Yeah, that outbuilding's an older building.
Very,
Yeah, that was, I had a guy call me this morning on it. It's, things on fire. I went down, I couldn't get in there. There's so many cars parked down there.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's listed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People all over, there's a guy from Connecticut who wants to buy it.
Yeah.
And he asked me a bunch of questions.
That newest structure is not on the tax card.
Correct.
The camp.
That's why we're
Correct.
having this
The main
conversation.
camp is not on the tax
I looked
card.
at the tax card. There's a camp on there with the wraparound porch.
It's the front camp.
How many
It's not
camps are on
the
there?
camp.
The realtor agreed with me.
There's 2 camps on the property.
There's 2 camps. I thought it was just a camp and a little shed.
No, that's the original camp. This is the brand new camp that was built in 2017.
I looked at the tax card and it showed a fairly decent sized building with a wraparound a 2-sided porch.
I know the assessor's going.
That old building was a porch out front originally. You can see the stone walkway, you walk right down the steps, but now there's no door there anymore.
How did they get a permit for this?
They didn't.
There
That
is
brings
no
me to the
problem.
There
conversation
you
we're
go.
having. Now
Full
you're up to
circle.
speed.
I went to the file and the only thing in the file is the septic
Septic.
plan.
There is
Correct.
Yeah,
no
and there
permit.
is
There is
the
no
leach fields
permit.
behind that camp. The
No
new
The
camp.
septic is for the new
Are you
camp.
sure it's just the shed's not on the tax card?
No, it's the camp.
The
down
realtor
front.
didn't think it was either.
It's the primary, the camp down front is the
I'm
primary
gonna go back and
structure.
check it again, and see what the measurements were on the tax card for that building, because it showed a picture of it.
16 by 32.
The picture on the
Yeah, the listing
tax
has,
card doesn't look like a shed.
Well, what you're calling a shed is the original camp down front, 16 by 32.
yeah, and it's,
By
a-
32?
Yeah.
What, do you not, Matt?
The picture I saw, like the aerial pictures, the real
I
picture
sent
looks
it,
like a
it's the
camp and
map.
then a little.
I can't.
I can't
I was
remember.
worried that the shed
I sent
wasn't.
it, he
Oh,
sent it.
these are your cards you sent.
I thought maybe, I went to check, see if they all.
I just deleted
one of
them.
those Amish buildings
Well, I've got them
down
on
by
here.
the
You know how to
water.
read them.
Yeah.
Mike, what's the map and lot?
Shed of the camp.
Dale's got them right
I
there.
didn't know-
Sorry,
I
it's,
didn't
I
know
mean, it's
either
right off the top
of
of my
them.
head, it's 17.2.
Matt?
Right?
No, I said the place is on.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
17.2
people.
is the one.
Yeah,
for
she
camp.
told me she had a bunch of
Okay.
showings listed
And
Oh,
for
then
yeah.
today.
Yeah, I went down there, I had to
17,
pull into the woods to let one guy by driving out, And when I
So
got
there's
down
two
there, there
lots.
was 3 cars
So
down
what
there, I
map
couldn't
is
even
it
get
on?
to it.
The,
And I was gonna go down
And
and look at a
two
bunch
is
of
the
other
lot.
lots, and
Okay,
the
gotcha.
road's pretty soft down there, I didn't wanna tear it up.
when I went in on Sunday, it was of course before the rain, the worst part was at the potato field coming in.
Yes, that's really bad.
Yeah, it's just the
The
potatoes.
rest of it's fine.
Yeah, it really
Okay,
is.
So it's clearly.
It's not there.
So obviously, they built shoreline zone, they.
Well, I'm not sure that came through 100 feet.
It might be 100 feet.
They could be outside 100 feet.
Still doesn't matter, 250.
Oh, is it 250?
Well, 100 is the setback, 250 is shoreline.
So, but is there a fine?
There is for not filing an intent to serve.
How much?
I think it's $25.
Okay, so there is no fine.
There's no fine.
There's no fine.
But-
Because they
so
didn't pay
this-
taxes since 2017 on that building.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, they don't tax card.
It's not on the tax card.
I gotta dig a little deeper in this now. I went down to see if the shed was not authorized.
No, it's the other way around.
Well, and that, but there is a new shed that's on fresh gravel, fresh pads, right behind that old camp that you're talking about. That looks new too to me.
What road is this?
Yeah,
now?
that was right, the only way you can get into that, you go in the backside of the original camp, there's a shed there.
Careful.
It almost looks like an outhouse-sized building, but it's on fresh gravel and fresh cement discs. He just put that in the last couple of years.
That isn't either.
That isn't there either?
That's not,
You don't have a permit, 'cause it's not in the file.
there is.
The only thing that files septic.
I don't know, is there's any remedy for past taxes? I mean, if you get away with it, you get away with it. I don't know how that works.
But the bigger thing for me and why I'm bringing this up isn't because of all of that. This to me really drives this home that we need the planning board to come up with a very good building permit with a very large penalty.
With some teeth.
You know, I don't care if you wanna charge $5 for the building permit, or just because of your time, or the CEO's time, or if you don't even want a fee for the permit. For me, that's not important. For me, it's the backside.
I agree with a fee for not filing, for late filing, and maybe maybe it's.
And if it requires an ordinance, if we have to go and vote on it, fine, but we do need a mechanism. Because there's no reason, $25 there's no reason
Right.
to file.
Yeah, right.
You're actually stupid.
6 years, no taxes? Hey, I'm not filing it. Why don't I want a building permit?
Right, exactly.
And all that did was cost all of us.
You even said it, you filed the building notification when you got on the select board.
Yeah, because I didn't want to be embarrassed.
For your garage, you
Right.
didn't have a permit.
Right.
But this is a shoreline zone, it requires a permit.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, I didn't realize it was 250 feet. He's definitely inside 250 feet.
If I find out what's the permit, I'll call it
Well, I said to the realtor, I said, those taxes, because they've got the taxes posted in the listing. I said, your taxes are about half of what they really are gonna be. She said, yeah, I know.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Well, I saw the building was taxed at like
38.
38,000, and the land was taxed at like 117.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
that's the picture right there. That's the original shed, original camp. It's not the new one.
See, that's not the picture I saw.
So you saw a different, maybe
That's
it was
the
a
original
realtor,
cam?
did you see
That's
the
the one
realtor's
closest to the
picture?
water.
Yep,
Yeah, that's still there.
That's still
it's
there.
still there. And
And
if you
it's
go,
new.
if you look,
That's
if you
not
go
like
out
an
to the
aerial
front, next to
picture.
the water,
That must
there's
be
this
a
old stone
realtor.
path, but there's no door anymore.
Realtors.
So
Who's
they've just
listed?
reshaped the whole
You
thing.
know? Do you know?
But that thing is falling
I didn't
down.
catch it.
Ginger
And there's a new camp
But the,
behind it.
Brand new,
on
well,
the tax card, it shows a
2017,
building
very
like
nice.
this with a
Full porch.
two-sided porch.
Who owns it?
They're out of,
Rollins.
they're, yeah,
Rollins.
they're out of Joe
Gerald
Foxcroft.
Rollins.
George Rollins?
Gerald
Gerald is what
Rollins.
it's listed as.
Rollins.
But for me, like I said, it's the important thing for me
You
is
showed
the
me the
whole.
listing, didn't you? Yeah.
It's really our
It
fault.
just really
No,
shows
it
that we need
wasn't.
a better
Yeah,
permit.
they've got it on
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
We do.
With
It
teeth.
was on my email.
We do. Outside shoreline zone 2.
Yeah.
We need one.
Yes. But even in shoreline zone, if shoreline zone's only got $25, that ain't nothing.
No, that,
Yeah.
I'm not sure on shoreline zone.
Okay.
I'd have to look it up, but I built it.
Well, shoreline zone, I'll have to look it up through the states, because the DEP has regulations on all that. Because we could go harsher, but we can't go lighter.
Mhm.
And
Another
there's no
topic,
building showing on the second lot, so it's all on the first lot. It shows one.
there is a wellhead on that second lot. He drilled the
Yeah,
well
'cause
across the
the
road.
land goes across the road.
Yeah.
But it's actually 2 lots, so.
One guy asked me about putting cabins across the
And
street.
you look at all the buildings.
Yeah, the Airbnb 'em.
Yeah, well, now he's talking about if his family gets bigger. I said, I haven't.
So once we get this one done, I think it'd be very important if you guys.
Yeah,
come
no,
up
I'm
the
with
next
you,
one.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, we had tried to have a different ordinance for the town, for the whole town. And that did have some of that language in it, but the townspeople voted it down flat. We tried to substitute it for our building notice.
Well, I think with this is my own opinion, with the increase that everybody's gonna see this year in the mill rate, and when
People
we
are
can
gonna
show
be
this
behind
is
it.
what, this is the
This
reality.
is
Yeah.
a great example.
This is perfect timing, the reality of why we want this.
Yeah,
We're not trying to penalize anybody, we just want everybody to do the right thing that's the same for everybody,
yeah,
so. That's all.
yeah. I wonder how many more of these there is.
Oh,
Wow.
I guarantee you, that's not the only one.
That's why,
No way.
you know, when we go back and forth, you spend $30 a card and you do a complete reval. It doesn't take too many of them, and you just paid for a reval.
Yeah.
Because at $30 a card, we're not catching any of those.
Hmm.
What was the other thing you had?
Huh?
You wanna notify the abutting landowners?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing? Oh, no, we already had the
That's
other.
fine, we talked about this.
Right.
Another thing that we need to consider back to the solar, once, we don't have any yet, but once the annual inspection is taking place, I don't know how much code enforcement's gonna be involved in that versus an electrical engineer, but if you're spending X number of hours, there should be a compensation component for that. And, I mean, we're getting money,
Yeah, we could factor it into their fee.
well, so we just gotta be open to that.
Yeah.
We don't know yet, cause we haven't gotten there
We
yet.
don't know really what
But-
it entails. I mean, sure, it's, you know, it's maintenance, it's landscaping, it's paint, it's.
Yeah, and you're gonna have another form, just like, and you're gonna be checking the
Yeah.
boxes, and, but at the end of the day, if it's,
It's security and things
Yeah.
like that.
Well, really, I mean, I think we look at it honestly, and then you come back to us. Hey, I just had one of these yearly inspections, and I'm spending about 10
Yeah,
hours.
yeah, it's gonna take
And-
one to.
And then,
Right.
right, and then we
Yep.
can,
To
and then we
generate.
can
Come
build
up
it
with
right
a-
into
Anything
the,
else, you need
Sure.
you need a baseline.
sure, kinda like the plumbing permit, all right, for this idea, yep. CO has to have whatever to cover his costs.
Yeah.
and we've got, I'm sure it won't exceed the fee.
We'll just wait until one happens and we'll go from there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Old Business Town Hall building. Anything?
No, anything. How about with you?
No, nothing. In fact, I'm getting ready to try some fresh faces on the contracting side. I don't know if everybody's just busy spraying, I can't get emails returned, I can't. So I'm gonna bark up another tree.
Okay. Now, and Lorna, you said that the gentleman might be interested again?
Yes, Sam was supposed to reach out to you. I gave him your phone number.
Well, I hope to hear from him.
Okay.
I'll help him, I'll help guide him. Okay, Barb's done. A liquor license for Jeff's Catering.
I gave it to Jody.
Oh,
This is one we've done before, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've done this before,
what are
yeah.
they doing the
Over
party
for
at?
They did the party
Pigeon
at
Post.
the
Where,
Pigeon Post, yeah.
which one is that one?
Those
Oh, right
two
there.
pictures, yeah.
Okay, so, I'll make a motion that we approve, is this it?
That's the second page.
Okay. Jeff Catering's application for a catered function being held at, does it say where?
Should say Hitchin Post right
Like that timber hedge.
Oh, Timber, that's what I
I
was looking
never
for,
remember
Hitching
that
Post.
name. I was thinking
It- Being held at the Timber Hitch Farmhouse, there's a one-off, so it's just for the date of June 1st, 2023.
Second.
All in favor? We're all in favor.
Okay, so we have to sign that, right?
Yes,
Yep.
the second page.
Okay.
Assesses agent contract for Hamlin for 2023.
Oops. Yeah, we signed all the
You're
other
good.
contracts, we just didn't sign that one
Okay.
after we approved the budget. Town meeting.
Oh, excuse me, can I interfere, or
You are allowed to speak.
I'd like to make a motion that Mike is our chairman. We never voted Mike as.
I'm not seconding that.
I will.
Okay, all vote?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, that made me think of it.
Yep, good.
I was afraid that because I signed on the top line, you were about to.
Yeah, I might have nominated you.
Yeah, that's why I.
That's why you were so motivated.
Exactly.
Is that
You've
like
never
a-
seen me so eager.
That would
Yeah,
be
jumping right
almost
in.
volunteering by signing the top.
I know. What is it? Guilty by. What, no, this, oh, so did we talk about this?
This is the Hamlin, yearly contract with them, we just didn't sign it yet.
Okay.
Because we had to wait to get approval at the town
Does it say
meeting.
the amount, or do I need, oh, yeah, 14.
Yeah,
Okay.
1400.
That
So,
what Kyle's going.
I'll make a
Oh, that's true. That's all there is.
motion to accept the assessor's agent contract for the town of Sangerville 2023, in the amount of $14,500. This is a yearly fee for
Sorry.
our assessor.
Discussion, did you pass that camp on to him?
I did, and they emailed me back and they said they'll take care of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? We vote, all in favor. Thank you.
I don't know what the date is today.
5-3, isn't it?
I need a new pen. It's a mess.
Here you go. It's yours, you can keep it.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Item 7, Town Manager's Report, Cost of Living.
Yes, there's no sense in going into executive session, there's only 2 employees. It's May, and cost of living is 8.7%.
That's what, my wife's a quasi state agency,
Yeah.
that's where they came in.
Wow. Wow.
Last year it was 6 something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Social Security benefits, biggest increase, I think, ever.
So do we have,
Well, anything over 2, I have to have permission from the board.
oh, so I'll make a motion that we approve the cost of living of 8%,
8.7.
8.7.
How does this, where do we stand budgetarily with this?
It was already put in the budget.
You had anticipated that number?
I anticipated it, yes.
Okay.
It's already put in the budget.
Any other discussion? We vote, we're all 3 in favor.
And before we move on, Dale had emailed me, and it's a good idea, so I am trying to make arrangements. I've already talked to someone from Pirate Rack.
Oh, yes.
They'll be here on the, I said 15th, it's actually the 17th of May, and I'll get a hold of the Sheriff's Department, just discuss the drug and paraphernalia and everything at the,
Yeah, it's kind of scary down there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, there's so much child activity, and God, if somebody got hurt, it would really,
and when I spoke to the girl
Be
from
bad.
Rec today, they were extremely happy to hear that we want to do something with that, so.
Well, my thought is that they need to know how bad it really is. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's going on down there?
sure, I mean, because it's our field is the point we mow the lawn. After that, all their events, I don't know who's liable, how much liability they have when they're having functions down there, but, they need to make sure that all their parents and
They just need
everything
to be
knows-
educating.
Yeah, everybody.
Because, I mean, we're all seeing that some of these drugs look like candy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's these people that are down there imbibing, they drop something on the ground, or there's needles on the
There's
ground.
needles all the time down there.
Yeah,
That's
so-
not real.
So we will have that on the agenda
Yep.
for the next meeting. With some-
And did you hear back from the Sheriff's Department?
No, not yet, but I'll reach out to him again tomorrow. So that will give him plenty of time, 2 weeks to line someone up.
Yep. I saw some grading.
Yes.
I was over on Flanders Hill.
They've started and it's hoping to resume tomorrow.
Yeah, and
on
it's
the
the
grading.
perfect time of year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Yeah. I know
They did
Scarlett
some-
did theirs.
I know they went around too and did some smoothing up before it was even time to grade.
Yeah, they did.
Try to get it so you can at least make it a little.
Yeah, they have, so they've been on top of it.
we mentioned the West Road because we were all over there looking at this camp, but, we might look at something with that potato field at the beginning has basically migrated out into that
Oh,
road.
boy.
And what we've got is loam for the first couple hundred yards.
Scrape her out.
We need to dig a ditch, scrape it out, put some, and prevent the migration, cause it's just gonna keep going.
What did you think of the section that they did last year
It's,
though?
it was,
That's held up.
ironically, the worst part of the entire trip into the pond was right there at the potato field.
Oh, yeah, because
It's just
mud.
migrated over,
It's-
yeah,
it's loam.
it's loam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That section that they did similar on Anderson, that held wicked good this year.
Yeah, I've heard that everything they've done has held up. The people from West Road said that, Townhouse Road, so what they're doing is working,
That's
so.
good, that's good
Yeah.
material, that's
Yeah.
that blasted material from Gordon's.
Well, and I'll tell you, I was impressed this week with all that rain we had. As deep as that ditch is on Silver's Mill, she was flowing some water.
Oh, the water
All of
was-
those huge culverts were.
We're really
three-quarters
chugging
full.
away.
Very well.
And none of those moved, did they?
Nope, not a hiccup.
Yep,
That's really
that's
impressive.
fantastic.
I mean, we'll see
That's-
next year, but that's
Yes.
still good.
That's
Yes.
very good news.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm definitely a believer in concrete culverts at the moment, so.
Anything else on grading? No? Anything else at all?
No, they
Anybody?
got a new, they brought back a sweeper. I don't know if
I
you've seen
saw
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they'll be doing that too, and they can do it from both sides. And I guess it brings the dirt up into it and dumps
Puts
it
it in
in
the
there,
back.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
So it'd be a nice one.
Selectmen's concerns? Hearing, seeing none. A motion to adjourn.
Second?
It's 4:53 and we are adjourned.